Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Agent's Edge. My name is Ryan Polimeni. Today is part 4 of the Digital Advisor series. This is the last part. Now, if you have not watched the other 3 videos, I would recommend watching them so that this video makes a lot of sense to you, because this is a part of a series. This is the final part, and this is the part where you have either conducted business with somebody, and now the follow-up is so important. This is the follow-up portion of this, because I got to tell you, one of the things that becoming a client-obsessed business model like we have, we try to perfect everything. And obviously, there's nothing ever perfect, but we want the client to feel so special. And we want the client to really feel like they've made the right decision working with us. And so the follow-up is so important. Now, when I say follow-up, I mean you got a commitment from them. Maybe you did an application with them, and now things are pending. Well, there's that time frame, usually about 3 weeks to a month, between the time you wrote business and the time things get issued, whether it's an annuity, assets under management. And during that time period, you have to figure out a way to stay in contact with people, because that's where buyer's remorse comes in. That's where their coworker tells them that they didn't make the right choice, and on and on and on, right? What we have developed in my office is a multi-touch follow-up system. And I'm going to talk a lot more about this in the bootcamp, but the multi-touch system is the day that the application gets written between now and the next 90 days. So even if it takes a month for things to get issued, we have a 90-day touch point system. And then we go to 6 months, and then we touch base again for their annual review. The first year of having a client to us is so important. Every year after that's obviously important too, but that first year relationship is so important. And I'll tell you this, as we have gotten really good at really building those relationships and nurturing those relationships, not only has our business gone up, but our referral business has gone through the roof last year. And you want to keep that pipeline full, right? Because you want people calling you back. You want things to happen like that keep that pipeline moving and sales coming in. I'll give you an example. Last year, I did over $4 million in sales from a workshop that I did in 2018. But because we keep in touch with people, even if they didn't do business with us then, we still keep in touch with them. We have a drip marketing campaign for the people who didn't do business with us, and we drip. And we did over $4 million from one workshop, which is kind of ironic, but one workshop that I did in 2018. So it's really cool to be able to measure that kind of stuff. So I guess my question to you too is, what metrics do you have in your office that are monitoring that stuff? And so you can measure, this is what we did this year. What kind of analytics do you have that's tracking that stuff? Because it's so important. And we track that down to the T. I can tell you in my CRM right now, if I pulled it up, how many people are retiring this year and how much opportunity is out there for me to do based upon the relationships that we already had, not including new business. So you have to know that stuff. That's how you project revenues and growth for the next year. Because if I could say we're going to grow 20% over last year just based on what's getting ready to people who are getting ready to retire that are going to do business with us, that's great. But then I have to put new business on top of that as well from our marketing efforts, and that pipeline just keeps going and going. So can you project 20, 30, 40% growth revenues just based off of your current book of business plus marketing? It's up to you. What kind of metrics and what kind of analytics are you running in your office? And that goes back to my 90-day touch point system. We want to know as much as we can about the client. So obviously if we do business with them, we know a lot about them. And let's say the application is in. The next step is I have my director of client management reach out, and she onboards the client. And onboarding them is taking them through one of the financial planning tools that we use, gets them in, gets all their accounts connected at one spot. It's a nice onboarding. It's another way for her to touch point and solidify the sale. She knows exactly what she's doing, what she's talking about. It helps solidify it and just start building that relationship with that client. And to give them a financial planning tool that they can use and connect every single one of their pieces of finances to allows us to do a few things. Number one, it allows us to monitor the assets they have with us, whether it's under management, whether it's an annuity, whether it's an IUL. But what about the assets that they don't have with you? And they're utilizing that financial planning tool, and they connected the Schwab account that they haven't moved to you yet. What a great way to be able to monitor that when the market drops and things are burning to the ground. It's a great way for you to pick up the phone call, talk to them about it. Or maybe, during the year when you're doing your annual review or your biannual review, you can pick up the phone and say, hey, how's this Rob account going? Did you talk to the person about the tax strategy? Did they build one for you? No, they haven't done it yet? Okay. Well, if you want to explore, building that into what we're doing, I have no problem doing that. See what I'm saying? Allows you those conversations. That's part of our touch point. Any client that's over a certain amount in our firm, not only do I talk to them, my director of client management, but my business partner also reaches out to them and just to introduce himself to them. He runs our wealth management division. Just says, hey, my name is Bryant. Just want to reach out to you all and say thanks for becoming part of our firm, and anything I can do to help you, let me know. And now they've talked to 3 people. Actually, they've talked to 4 people. They've talked to my admin, they've talked to me, they talked to my director of client management, and they talked to my business partner. And if they do their taxes with us, they're going to talk to my CPA. That's why having a team is so important. Infrastructure is so important in this business. I can't harp on that enough. If you're driving around a BMW but you don't have an admin, you have a problem. You have a huge problem. Infrastructure is so important here. All right, now listen, follow-up is key. So after those 90 days, we do multiple touch points. Then we do a 6-month review. Let's see how everything is performing. Is it going the way we thought? What other questions do you have? And a lot of the times, that's when I'm starting to get the referrals. Then we do the annual review, and then we do an annual review every single year beyond there. One of the things that we've done in our firm that's been super helpful and successful is bringing in an ambassador program. So anybody that gives us a referral, we call them an ambassador of our firm, and we do things for them. We do events for them throughout the year. It's a beautiful program that we brought in, and it's been awesome to watch it grow. How many people give us referrals? It's a way for us to measure how many referrals are we getting, and how many times did that one person refer somebody to us. That gives them an incentive to keep referring. So again, this is probably the most important part. I mean, obviously getting people in the door and talking to them, but keeping a client is just so important in this game, because it's easy to get them through the door, but if they're going out the back as fast as they came in, you don't have a business. So you need to define what it is that you're going to do in your firm to keep people in there. And that's part of being, especially in the digital world, that if this person lives in California or Texas and I live here in North Carolina, they have to feel that experience. Even though they're not personally coming in, they have to have that experience. So again, digital advisor is the wave of the future. It's going to happen whether you want to or not. I've been a testament of the success of it. My firm will do $50 million plus this year in sales, all virtual, all digital, because of the system that we've developed. And I can tell you right now, the advisors that have taken the system that I've developed and implemented it in their practice are adding $3 to $5 million a year more in sales based upon the system. So you could do the same thing. And that's what we want to make sure that we help deliver to you, is that system. So again, if you like this video, hit the like button. Comment below. Let us know how you liked it. Hit the subscribe button. And on the next video, the final, I know we said the 4th part, but the final part of this, I'm going to walk you through my office. Make sure you hit that. Make sure you watch that video. I'm going to take you through so you can see my studio. You can see where I do my sales from. You can meet some of the staff. Make sure you don't miss that video. Thanks for watching.